Bernadetta was right.
Ha! I knew it. I always knew you were out to kill me. Frigid ocean waters. I can feel them already.
Welcome back. I go by Cybr Squeeze, and today is the final episode between Yuri and Bernadetta. Hopefully the truth will bring them closer together.
Calm. Just listen to me for a moment. There's something I need to tell you.
Appalling that he kind of talked to her like she was a dog, but considering the first two scenes, I get it.
The reason I worked for House Varley, Bernadetta, was to kill you.
Yay!
Holy smokes. Bernadetta was right.
Ha! I knew it. I always knew you were out to kill me. Sink me into the deep, dark, freezing depths.
You know, for somebody who is scared all the time and constantly's been fleeing Yuri, I am very surprised by Bernadetta's reaction. I suppose when you are scared of everything, when there really is no threat, it might be nice to be right for once. So I'm going to assume that she kind of just cheered for finally being validated.
Hold on. House Varley? But why?
As you well know, theirs is one of the 6 great noble houses, the true rulers of the Empire. And you're the heir, with a crest. There were tons of people who wanted you wiped out. Like people who want to eradicate House Varley, or a relative who wants the glory for themselves.
Well, this brings a whole new light to Bernadetta. I mean, he said a ton of people wanted her dead, and even family. That is scary. Bernadetta has been vindicated. She was in her right to be horrified.
That particular breed of treacherous nobility is the kind that'd hire a kid to do their dirty work. The first thing that kid would do, get close to the target by befriending her. Find an in through, say, an assistant gig.
This kid you're mentioning sounds real. That was you, wasn't it?
Yours truly. My biggest mistake? Getting to know you.
Aww.
Well, that went from intense to sweet.
I crept into your room one night and readied my blade. The whole thing had been a breeze, up until that moment. I couldn't bring myself to do it. While I hovered there, hesitating, your father came in. You know the rest.
And now we all know the truth.
Why are you telling me all this? I'm so confused.
Because I want you to look at it objectively. I was hired to kill you. Your father protected you from me. A filthy assassin.
Usually Yuri is very proud and constantly brags about having connections to the underworld. And this makes him referring to himself as a filthy assassin quite profound. It really shows how ashamed he is that he has this kind of history with Bernadetta. And it really shows that Bernadetta really made an impression on him.
He was looking out for you. You're lucky to have a father who cares for you enough to do that.
Father protected me? He protected me.
I don't buy it, folks. Or at least, I don't buy the protecting her out of love story, considering what we know about what Bernadetta went through. Now, I have no doubt that Count Varley wanted to protect Bernadetta, but more lines of she is an heir with a crest, and less from the perspective of a loving, caring father. Though I disagree with Yuri's portrayal of Count Varley being a loving, protective father, I do believe Yuri genuinely sees him that way. Given the emotional turmoil young Yuri was facing, it's understandable that he might feel grateful for Count Varley's interference before he could act. In Yuri's eyes, he himself is the villain, and Bernadetta's father is the hero.
Yeah, why would I lie? At this point, I figure it's you who hates me, and not the other way around.
Oh my goodness. See? Like, he's been the one feeling guilty. Both him and Bernadetta were feeling guilty. It's sweet and weird.
I don't hate you, Yuri. But I mean, I do feel weird. But I don't know how to feel.
Bernadetta agrees. Bernadetta agrees that it's weird.
Can't we just be friends? Like back then?
That is exactly what Yuri wanted in scene 1.
You want to be friends with me?
Yeah, it would be hard to believe after hearing the truth that he manipulated you and he attempted to kill you.
The reason you couldn't kill me was because we were friends, right?
Well...
That's a long pause, Yuri. My theory on this is it was because they were friends, but I think even back then, Yuri had gotten a crush on Bernadetta, and I think he's mulling it over and maybe even trying to decide if he wants to confess his feelings, like, right now.
You were my first friend. My very first friend. The first person who played with me. The first person who went on adventures with me. The first...
And just like what Yuri wanted, Bernadetta is opening up and being vulnerable.
And you were the first friend I had to baby that much.
Boo. He reverted back to cool guy mode. Come on, Yuri. She's finally opened up just like you wanted, and you do this. I'm disappointed.
What do you mean? Well, even so, you were the first friend who cared for me.
The whole thing was probably a sham anyway.
Still being cool guy.
Though, you know, even if it was, I did have a lot of fun with you.
And finally, he's back to being open and vulnerable as well.
I knew it!
Bernadetta and Yuri have a complicated history and a powerful connection. To do this pairing justice, I wanted to dedicate a video just to them, and why I ship this couple. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Till next time, bye!